Good afternoon. It is 12 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock a.m. on the West Coast, and we are going to talk about LinkedIn today. My name is Mark Banfield. This is Listen Up. We're talking about selling. Our focus today is going to be on LinkedIn, and we're going to give you lots of great tips and advice on how to maximize LinkedIn and use it to actually grow your business as an automobile salesperson. So before we get started, as always, if you would, while watching us, click that like button, comment to us. If you put a comment in the comment bar, we will see that and we will respond to your comments as they come in. So here we go. Let's talk about LinkedIn. So first of all, my name is Mark Banfield. I am a career-long trainer and salesperson in the automobile industry. I have worked in car dealerships. I have managed. I have worked for General Motors. I've worked for Ford. I have trained about 100,000 salespeople over their careers to make them successful. So I've had a bit of experience, and I love to talk, and I love to help people. So joining us on today's panel, first of all, will be Mike Mersman. Mike, if you'd like to give us a brief bio about yourself.
A brief bio. Let's see. 40 years, no, something like that. 40 years of car sales and salesperson training. Oh my goodness. That's a long time. I can't even talk about that. But hi everybody. Happy, what is the day? Thursday. Good afternoon. And it's great to be here. And we're going to, again, like Mark said, talk about LinkedIn. I'm still kind of learning about this LinkedIn and Facebook and all that stuff. But we knew we were going to be talking about this week, so I did a little research, and it's interesting. So we can share some stuff. So glad to be here, and if you like, you can call me on my phone number. It's 419-305-3075. Talk for free. Okay, back to you, Mark.
All right, thank you. All right, so let's go to Ron Catronio. Ron, give us a brief intro.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ron Catronio, Chief Cook and Bottle Washer at the Professional Edge, and I'm also the Vice President in charge of children's programming. We're here to program you, to tell you some things and tell you some hints and secrets about using social media, and today's social media is LinkedIn.
All right, Ron, I hope you're not calling me a child. That's all I got to say. So moving on, the final person joining us is Mr. Shinneberry. Mark, you're on.
Good morning, everybody. Mark Shinneberry. I'm an early adopter of LinkedIn, so I've been using the LinkedIn platform since very close to the beginning when they first rolled it out. I've watched it morph and turn into the platform that it is today, which is quite a tool that we're going to talk about. I've used it. I've had success using it. Marketing and networking, and I've watched what works for other business people, friends, sales people. So we're going to talk about that today, and I'm excited about it.
Okay. All right, Mark. Thank you for that. So, guys, we're going to be talking about LinkedIn today. So, LinkedIn is considered the place for business to go and operate. Facebook, we talked about last week. Facebook is where people connect more informally on a social level. LinkedIn tends to be the business. Because of that being a business site, as it were, there tend to be slightly different rules involved about how you operate on LinkedIn. So I'm going to throw this question out, and whoever wants to start answering can answer for me. How is LinkedIn different from Facebook? Anybody?
Let's not fight about it.
You guys talk.
So I'll tackle that one, or at least start the conversation. LinkedIn is more of a professional platform that you can share information about your business, about successes in your business and your team. A lot of people have their LinkedIn profile page looks like a resume. So they have actually a history of everything they've ever done. And generally, most users keep it professional. They keep it to a professional level where they're talking about business successes things that are happening in the industry, whichever industry you're in. And generally, most of the time, whoever you're connected with is also in the same type of industry you're in.
Okay. Anyone else want to take a shot at talking about
LinkedIn is an interesting application because one of the things I noticed with LinkedIn is that most of the people that you'll see on there are professionals. Not that we're not that anybody is not, but you're going to find real estate. You're going to find attorneys. You're going to find people in various professions. For example, I'm going to talk about real estate. I actually have a license here in the state of Florida, and there's real estate professionals all over LinkedIn. What is one thing that real estate professionals have in common?
Their phone rings all the time.
Well, they all have cars. They absolutely need a car as a tool. They have to get to show those properties. If you can become their go-to guy through LinkedIn to help them buy a car, what better opportunity than that? They're all driving automobiles. Connect with them. Let them know what you do. Be subtle. Be professional. Here's what it is. Here's what I do. Make it part of your profile on LinkedIn and let the people gravitate to you. One of the things I notice is people tell me, hey, Ron, we have some things in common. We should get together and chat. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and can I add something to that?
No, but go ahead.
No, with recently with the COVID situation, more and more people are beginning to work from home. Okay. Now, you can't write your car off from a tax standpoint to just leave home and go to work. But if you work from your home, and like Ron just said, if you're in real estate, if you're in law, if you're in almost any other profession, let's say, where you're actively using your vehicle, all of a sudden you're in a situation where your vehicle becomes a tool. Okay, and sharing that you personally can provide a service, which is to help people with that tool, either upgrade, downgrade, side grade, doesn't matter. Okay, there's an opportunity there for a sale, and more people are using vehicles today for their business that they couldn't and wouldn't use a year ago. So there's an opportunity there for someone who is in sales, especially in automobile sales or even service, to piggyback on that, get a presence in LinkedIn where now you're providing a service and the market is wide open.
Okay. So, yeah, great points, guys. Great points. So the question then becomes on LinkedIn, how do you do those things? So I've referenced that LinkedIn is different. The culture on LinkedIn is different. People are very, very adverse to direct sales pitches on LinkedIn. They will call you out. They will complain. They don't want you doing it. So I want to share my screen real quick and point out a couple of things on LinkedIn. So hold on one second here. So I'm going to share my screen. Oops. No, there it is. Share my screen. And can y'all see my Facebook?
Yeah.
My LinkedIn profile.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay. So when you look at your profile as you build it, one of the things you need to recognize is your picture, first of all, needs to be professional. So don't have a picture of your, snuggling your cat or your dog. Have a nice professional picture. Put some graphic that applies to what you do as your profile image at the top above your picture. But the real key that I want to point out to is this that I've got highlighted here that has my name, comma, my company, and then you get a chance to do a little advertising, a little telling about what you actually are and do to customers. So I've got right now using a tagline of turning posers into closers. You will see some people, I'm going to go back to the home real quick. Jeffrey Gitomer, who's a sales expert. His says King of Sales, International Sales Trainer, Keynote Speaker, best-selling author. here's the point I want to make about this. Okay, I'm going to go back to mine. This here that I've highlighted needs to go no further than the length of this line here. The key to it is when you reply to a post, right? So I'm just going to pick a post down here. Carter Van, I know. When I reply to Carter Van's post and I hit enter, what you then see, I can't do this right. You actually see my name and my company and then my tagline. And my tagline's only going to go out to about here, right? So Steve Telford reported, he turns companies' cash flow and profitability. So it's a chance for every time you comment to someone to tell them what you do. Carter's up here is too long because, again, you can't finish it, right? So a tip I really want people to understand on LinkedIn is you need to figure out what you're going to put here and how you're going to keep it short and yet make people want to say, how are you going to do that? So I turn posers into closers. Mark, how do you turn people into closers? That's a hook to get them to want to talk to me. I'm going to stop sharing now.
No, Mark, put that back up. I want
you
to make
put
it
it back up?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I got to go back to it now.
Back up.
Because I can't. Okay, so it's back up.
Okay, here's one of the things that I found out. LinkedIn says that there's a secret to make your post irresistible, and that is to include statistics. Okay, and they found that people listing statistics got 162% more looks and more impressions, and a 37%, almost 40% higher click-through rate.
Are you talking about in the post or in this title?
I'm talking about in the title.
Interesting.
Okay. That was a perfect illustration of what they were talking about. And I couldn't believe 162% by using those impressions. And you've got to be thinking, okay, so I'm a young person. I haven't had a chance to build a lot of statistics. Well, the truth is, you probably have. You may have a batting average. You may have a golf score. There may be any number of things that you've done in a fairly short life or fairly short career that you can use. And statistics are statistics. People look at what helps make you credible. And numbers do add up, but you got to keep it short. Okay. Keep it graphic, keep it short.
All right. Mark, you want to add anything here?
So I've heard that before, Mike, about the statistics.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's great. I would say definitely, you share statistics. One thing I just like to emphasize is if you're trying to build your brand using LinkedIn, you need to post something. And
Yes.
if you're posting something on LinkedIn, it should be some kind of data or statistics, right? I mean, especially if we're specifically talking about the car business, right? Or even real estate, right? Either one. It doesn't matter what you could be selling pencils. There's statistics that you could share,
Right.
So, but if we're talking about the car business, let's face it, it has been a roller coaster of a year, right? No matter what business you're in, it has just been absolutely crazy, still is. And just share and share some data. Do it consistently.
Right.
Do it once a week. Do it once a day if you want to.
That's the key, I think, is to do good content, keep it short, and do a lot of it. If you can do it every day, every other day, fantastic.
And I'm going to add to that.
Okay.
Do it with video as well.
Yeah, TikTok.
You don't necessarily need TikTok, but yes, videos capture attention.
Well, the only reason I said TikTok is because there's a maximum of 15 seconds.
Right, but you can go longer than that. So again, as we've talked about amongst ourselves, even with this, the beginning needs to hook people quick.
Right.
You have to launch into what you want because they're never going to get past that first initial impression if you don't give them a reason to stick around. Right?
That's true.
So, Mark, talking about posts, I want to go back to your topic about posts, and Mike talking, posting so often. I think the key to it is you need to post regardless of your frequency, but it needs to be enough so that they see it. But it needs to give them value, right? That you don't constantly want to post of here's what I do and I can help you, I can sell you, I can sign up with me, and right, give them stuff that adds value to them in their position. So Mark, talking about the car business, you could give them statistics, you could give them articles about how do you better sell today? How do you move your inventory today? How do you manage cycles? A big thing, I'm in the Cincinnati area, Southwest Ohio. A big trend going on right now in this market is all of the dealers are looking at putting their salespeople on a form of a salaried pay plan. I don't know where that started, but that is a growing trend here in this market. Good or bad, there's
That's a growing trend across the country.
Yeah, so is that good or bad? What are your opinions on it? Give value in your post when you're posting, because people,
when you're using any type of social media, whatever it is, and there's a slew of them out there, use it effectively. Get on it every day and play with it. Muddle through it. Most people don't really learn how to use it because they don't play with it. Just get on it, play with it, post. You'll find that the more you post, the more you're considered an expert. And other people will gravitate to you. So what you've got to do is always be posting something that has relevancy to what you do. And you'd be surprised. People will see that and they'll say, you know what? You and I have something in common. Let's chat. And chat with them offline. Chat with them online. But muddle through it, go through it, use it every day. Right now especially, social media is the gold standard. This is one of those standards. Stop talking about it and do it.
So here's the question I want to raise for you guys. Who sees your post?
So anyone that's connected with you is going to see your post, and potentially anyone connected with someone who you're connected with who comments on your post.
Right.
Your post. So it'll just keep growing.
LinkedIn talks about first level connections, second level connections, third level connections. First level are the ones you're directly connected to. Second level are people that are connected to them. Third level are people that connected to the second. Okay. So third level was the great vast millions and millions of people.
And what did we say? What did we say weeks ago? We talked about building a downline. Now with LinkedIn, what are you building? You're building a downline, level 1, level 2, level 3. Just do it. Those two words are critical to being successful today. Do it. No excuses. Do it.
All right, and that's I agree 100%. But how do you make connections on LinkedIn? Because again, it's different from connecting on Facebook.
Search people that have relevancy to what you do. Do a search.
Them out.
Let me just pipe in here. If you start sharing valuable data, all right, and let's dive into this just a little bit. If you're a car salesperson, a professional car salesperson, and you just start sharing fresh trades every week, once a week you got some fresh trades, and you pick 4 or 5 vehicles that just came in that are a good buys, and you share that on your page, before you know it, you're going to have people sending you connection requests because they're seeing your feed on someone else's page, someone sharing it with them, and then you're going to have people directly reaching out to you because guess what? There's a lot of people that need a new vehicle.
Yeah. and a different vehicle too. Not
Right.
always
So
new.
again, but is there a line that you cross on LinkedIn where you do that and it steps over that line and people start to get defensive about you selling to them?
Well,
Well, not what I'm.
I'll go
Go
back
ahead.
to what my mother told me years ago. I'd rather ask for forgiveness. You've heard that before,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Than permission.
All right. So, but
Find out about what the requirements are, what's the protocol, and follow it. But once
Well,
in a
okay,
while,
so
step out
here's-
of the box.
so the protocol on LinkedIn is you don't sell until you really know the people.
So
Well,
by posting fresh trades, am I reaching out to you directly, Mark, and saying,
Right,
"Hey,
no,
buy
that's
this
fine.
trade"?
So, all right, so-
Let me correct you, Mark. Everything is selling. Anytime two people interact, someone buys, somebody sells, regardless of what their protocol is.
I understand that, but LinkedIn
But-
has LinkedIn police that monitor this. Is why I'm getting to this, guys. So let's go back to the connections. Let's say I now am a new salesperson. I've not been active on LinkedIn. I only have 5 connections, and it's my wife, and in-laws and parents. And those are my 5 connections on LinkedIn. How do I grow my connection base? I reach out by sending connection requests, right?
absolutely.
And in that connection request, here's a tip. It works best if you send a note with your connection request. Don't just start clicking send request without any comments, okay? But in that note, what do you say?
Here's what I do.
Yeah, I found out you and I have something in common. We're in similar businesses. We should connect. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.
Okay, that's good, Ron. But what if I'm sending a connection request to a doctor that lives in the next town, and I really have nothing in common with them
Why are you looking to connect with him?
because they're a potential customer?
Absolutely.
So
What am I
what is
looking
my
for?
connection? What does my request note then? Ron, you were right with what you said. But again, I want to reiterate, you don't sell in your connection request. You don't say, I'm a salesperson here. I thought we'd connect in case you ever need a car.
I didn't say that.
I know you didn't say that. I know you did not, Ron.
Simply connect, build your downline. You're networking right now. That's all this is a networking site. And if you know how to network, you'll figure it out.
So here's the danger, and I want to get this out there, and so that the people watching can hear this. If you send too many connection requests to people too aggressively, one of the connection request options is this: I don't know this person, and this is spam. If
So-
you get too many of those, you will be put in LinkedIn jail.
So, Mark, let me stop you right there. LinkedIn has premium services that you can subscribe to,
Yes,
and there is no such thing as a LinkedIn jail. It's
I
not
understand
like,
that if you pay them, but
yes.
if you don't want to pay
And
them.
if you're not
Fine.
paying them, they just limit the amount of requests that you can send.
But if
That's
people
all.
complain about your request, they will shut you. They won't let you send any connection requests.
Does that happen to you?
No, but it happened to a very good friend of mine who got too aggressive. So that's why I'm bringing it up. That's why I keep saying there are different rules for LinkedIn, right? There are, and so your connections need to be, as Ron said, I thought we had similar interests. Your page, I read a post. I thought it was fascinating. I thought we'd have some in common. Let's connect.
You know how many of those I get a day? I get connection requests or comments like that from people in real estate, because I have a real estate license, from people in insurance, because they know that I need insurance, for people in various other professional occupations, because all the people that are professional like to connect with other professionals.
Absolutely.
So if you have expertise in something you do, share your expertise. Don't sell it, share it, but by interaction, technically, you're selling.
I agree, Ron. Everything you do is sales. Everything I own is up for sale. For the
And
right
just for the record, Mark, if you do get if they do shut you down, I think that you've been doing a really good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly, because
Well,
you got
okay,
noticed.
and again, I don't want people watching this to get the impression that they can go get, and there's software that you can automate this process. And if you do too much of that, LinkedIn will boot. LinkedIn will not kick you off of the LinkedIn platform, but they will shut you down from being able to make any more connections. That's what their LinkedIn jail is. Facebook will kick you off of their whole platform. LinkedIn won't, because they're smaller, but they will limit what you can do as far as connections. So I just want to make sure everyone understands. Starting this is a different process. This is
So
a
this is
gentler way to do it.
let me equate this. This is the modern day telemarketing call, right? You're not picking up the
Exactly,
phone and
Mark.
calling.
Exactly.
You're trying to make a connection with someone, and it's very similar scenario. You have people buy from people they like. People like them. So to Ron's point, if they're real estate professionals, they're going to try and connect with other real estate professionals. Generally, if they're professionals, they're going to want to connect with other professionals. So use the platform to network your heart out, right? Try to network with anyone and everyone, because especially if you're in the car business, everyone needs a car to participate in our great society. Think about it today. Even the people that used to live in New York City, how many people have moved out of New York City? I was watching a special on the news the other night. They were talking about how Manhattan has been abandoned.
And all those people moving out are going to have to buy cars.
A lot of them have been buying cars because
That's
they
right.
don't want to use public transit.
It's terrible.
Okay.
Well, it depends on your perspective.
Well,
Nice.
it is. If you're selling, that's one thing. Anyway, forget that. I'm sorry.
Right. No, and I don't just go ahead, Ron.
Stay active, stay ambitious. You know, when you do, I would rather, like I said, I'd rather get reprimanded, because when I'm getting reprimanded, what are they doing? They're correcting a previous action. Now, guess what? I'm learning more because you just corrected me. Thank you very much. I won't make that mistake again. I'll make others, but I won't make that mistake again. Just go
Push
for
the
it.
envelope, right? Push the envelope.
And
Now,
just
Mike and I were on a seminar yesterday with Dale Carnegie. What did they say? It's what you say, how you say it, what you do while you're saying it. There's a lot of various communication levels.
That's right.
We use voice, tonal quality, and body language. Now, we don't really have so much of that on some of the social media sites. But you know what, guys? Experiment with it. Sell cars. That's the business you're in. And have fun.
There you go.
All right, so it's time to wrap up. So, Ron, was that your wrap up, or do you want another chance to have a soapbox?
Give me another soapbox. I'll take it.
Okay, you get a 30-second soapbox.
You know,
Always
I think when I was selling cars actively, people literally enjoyed doing business with me because I made it fun. They're coming in to buy a car. They're coming in to buy a truck. Make it fun. Make them have fun. Give them the feeling that you really care. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Care, get involved, be active, be out there.
There
okay.
you go.
Michael, what do you got?
Just this. If I'm in car sales, if I'm in real estate, whatever I'm selling, I want to make sure that I target my audience. And that's especially true. When I was just getting started, I've talked to every insurance agent in the county, because when people had a car smash up, they're typically going to become a customer. But look at who people you can network with. CPAs, accountants, insurance people, bankers. All those people know a lot of other people that are first responders to need a new car or another car. And that's where I would go focus my my efforts on LinkedIn, not with other car salespeople. We can do that later.
Okay. Mark?
I'm just gonna add to what we've already been talking about. Post often, post relevant data. So if you're sharing inventory that you have for sale, if you're talking about specials that are going on, if you're just talking about data in the industry, you know, how the market has fluctuated, that's all good, valuable data. Share it often, and use video. Video works. Don't be self-conscious. Turn the camera on, talk to your audience.
Very nice. All right, so for my final one, you know, I can testify that if you're shy in front of a camera, just look at me and understand that anyone can do camera work. So I've got a face for radio and a voice for TV. I don't know what I've got. So LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a powerful resource for a professional in any industry, but especially sales. Just understand that to be a successful salesperson, you have to develop the relationship first. That's what we've been talking about. People need to know you, then they like you, and if they like you, they will trust you. If they trust you, they'll buy from you. So use LinkedIn to develop that. When you start the connection process, start the process of introducing yourself, get them to know you. When you're post things that are relevant to them, that they will see value in, but that shows your expertise also. Finally, as Mark said, video is a great way to do all of that at one time. Ron was talking about communicating is not just what we say or how we say it, but what we're doing when we say it, the visual. And you can pull all that together with videos. So that's how I want to do it. LinkedIn is great. Use it and get ready to do it. So that's our session for today. Next week, we will be back talking about another aspect of selling. And until then, have a great week, a great Labor Day weekend. It is the weekend before Labor Day. And go out there, celebrate, enjoy yourselves. And we're out of this COVID summer finally. And hopefully we'll move on to a great non-COVID fall. So there you go, guys. That's it for the day.
See you, everybody.
Get a hold of us if you need it.